Good evening, all. Good evening. A warm welcome to each and everyone who joined this masterclass. Myself, Adeline Sheila from AllPro Trainings is presenting this masterclass to you. Today we have a masterclass on AWS, Amazon Web Services. So before we get into the webinar, let's have a look about AllPro Trainings. Please watch the video. So before we starting the session, first I'm going to introduce, give some introduction about AllPro trainings. So we are providing all kind of training, especially in the IT technologies, electrical, electronics, and soft skills. In the IT technology itself, we are providing more than top 100 technology trainings all over the world. So telling about our achievements, we have already trained more than 10,000 students all over the world, especially in the USA, European countries, and all over India, in which most of the students are placed in various MNCs with excellent packages. So we are providing 3 types of training. The first one is the master class that you are attending now. And the second one is the flash course, which will come for either 5 to 10 hours. And the final one is the full course, which will come for more than 30 hours. So now we are going to see about today's webinar agenda. The first one is the participants introduction, which is for 10 minutes. Then the masterclass content is for 45 minutes, in which the trainer will exclusively explain all the topics. Then the 20 minutes, it's the exclusive session to ask your queries regarding masterclass topics. And then the APT students guide explanation will be for 5 minutes. And after that, APT offer session for the participants who joined the masterclass today will be explained. which is followed with a feedback session for 5 minutes, in which we will share the feedback link. You should attend the masterclass fully and fill the feedback form completely to get the e-certificate. The certificate will be sent to your email ID that you give in the feedback form within a week. So provide correct email ID in the feedback form. So guys, please attend the masterclass fully and fill the feedback form. We will be sharing the feedback form link at the end of the session. So please attend it fully. So now you people can introduce yourself in the chat box, which includes your name, profession, whether you are a student or working professional, and your expectation in the masterclass. Please introduce yourself in the chat box so that it will be easy for the trainer to take over the session. Just mention your name, whether you are a student or working professional. Hi, Magdish. Hi, Ham. Hi, Sam. Hi, Reshma. Hi, Periyanayagi. Hi, Abubakar. Hi, Praveen. Yes, please introduce yourself. Hi, Shravan Kumar. Hi, Harshal. Hi, Ramya. Hi, Jitesh. Hi, Saurabh. Hi, Harshal. Hi, Edwin. Hi, Zenon. So I welcome you all to this webinar session. So there are students as well as working professionals. So today we have a trainer, Mr. Clayton, who is having is a well-experienced trainer. He has given training for more than hundreds of students. Many of his students are placed in various MNCs also. He is also currently a trainer of AllPro trainings. He has given many corporate as well as college trainings. So he will be presenting the webinar today. Welcome, Clayton. Over to you now.
Yeah, thanks, Arlene. Hi, everyone. Good evening. So I presume so all the candidates who are currently participating in this session are, for both, IT professionals as well as, degree pushing candidates. So let me quickly share my screen. Please confirm. Someone confirm whether you're able to see my screen.
Yeah, it's visible, Clayton.
Perfect. Yeah. So we are here today to go through the basics of AWS. Why AWS? Why cloud computing? Um, so can anyone tell me why we are inclined to learn something in cloud, especially when it comes to AWS? So why we are so inclined? Why we are showing this much of interest to get abreast with these new emerging technologies, especially cloud technologies? So can anyone please tell me why we are showing this much of curiosity to learn something new? Can someone please? You can say it in a chat box. Bright evening, Vedanaiki. Good evening, Sam. So I'm expecting some response from your end. So I won't bother you much. This is a first and last question I would ask, I'm sure. So why we are so curious to learn cloud concepts, cloud technologies, cloud terminologies. So can anyone just drop a text message? That would be fine. How about Zenon, Edwin, Saurabh, Jitesh, Ramya? So, okay, I think my internet is slow. I'm not getting, I'm not able to find your response. Yeah, okay, because everyone is migrating their infrastructure in cloud. Because it is reliable, low cost, high scalability. Hashal, that's brilliant. Perfect answer. Anyone? I'm expecting one more answer from someone. Demand for AWS skills and cloud computing jobs has increased more than 160% in 4 years. That's true. That's true. Indeed, yes. Yes, and after 2017, it's a drastic change. It's a paradigm shift. Yes. Over the same time period, employee demand for Azure and Google Cloud skills has also skyrocketed. Yes, that's true. I can't deny. At 250% of increase for Azure and 360% increase for skills with Google Cloud. Perfect. And the statistics, I'm really impressed, to be honest. Edwin, I'm really impressed. You are much clear about statistics. It is easier and convenience for user. Jitesh, that's true. That's totally true. Anyone can harness the functionalities of cloud, all the services from cloud. That's true, totally true. Good evening, Shravan. Okay. Thanks. By using cloud, we didn't want to maintain our servers. All are maintained by AWS. That's absolutely true. That's correct, Hashel. Yes, that's correct. Okay. So yes, I would say there's a drastic change. Everyone, even a small scale business, be it a large scale business, they are simply migrating their whole infrastructure to cloud. Since they are finding it is more easiest and convenient way to harness n number of services and functionalities from cloud vendors. I hope you are well aware of the number of cloud vendors we have today. We have more than 150 plus cloud vendors available in our world. So out of which AWS ranks the topmost. It's a top notch because of its simplicity, flexibility. You could name it. Okay. Because of everything. Okay, they offer everything. A number of services, lots and services. You can't really imagine, and it's getting enhanced. In 2017, when we happened to change this, find this paradigm shift, there were only less number of services. But today, within this 4 years, over the 4 years, it's been increased to lot services. Like more than, we have 260 plus services in cloud. That's something very massive. Okay, fine. Yes, AWS has its own competitors, and we have other competitors as well. Azure and Google Cloud among them. We have a number of clouds as well. DigitalOcean, IBM's cloud, Oracle's cloud. Lot clouds are there. Even some organizations, they are building their own cloud infrastructure, but that's not a concept for today, as they would be gaining a huge hefty amount of money revenue, they might get into their own building their own cloud infrastructure. But that's fine, that's totally fine. So when it comes to AWS, I'll quickly tell you your journey, how it should be. So you would be going with the cloud practitioner exemption, and once you are done with that, you would be going with solution architect, developer, associate level, and you would be going with SysOps administrator. Once you are done with all these certifications, you might go with anything with respect to your interest specialty. Okay, there's one more certification should be there. I think it's missing. I'm sorry. I'll update it and share it across. Okay, fine. So in professional level, of course, solution architect professional and DevOps engineer professional is there. You might need a couple of years, years of experience before appearing this certification. That's true. You might need some time. That's fine. You could focus on these certifications as of now. Okay, associate level, specialty level, and foundational level. That's more than enough. Okay, fine. What is cloud computing? Let me quickly say. Let's say you would like to buy something and you don't want that product for a longer run. Let's say you want that product for a couple of days or a couple of months, and you might not need to invest much money into that product, and you would like to rent the product instead. In that case, of course, you could go with renting the product itself instead of buying the product, and that's what we are gonna do in cloud computing. It could be any cloud vendor. When it comes to AWS, especially AWS, we are focusing on AWS today, and it's like a flavor, ice cream flavor. If you are well versed with AWS, it will be very easy for you to get along with other cloud service providers as well. Any cloud providers, okay, I would say any cloud providers, okay, only the names would get changed. Their canonical names would get changed. The rest of the services, what they offer, it would be much similar. Everywhere it's similar. But when it comes to AWS, we have plethora of services available in AWS. That's why AWS is the best in the market. Okay, fine. Pay as you go pricing. Yes, you're gonna pay what you're gonna use, and you're not gonna pay much more than that. Okay, so if you're gonna use let's say compute a minimal compute power, you're gonna pay for that only. You're not gonna pay for the whole infrastructure, whole server itself. Okay, you're just gonna rent the compute power. That's what we are gonna see in this session. Okay, fine. Any resources, any components, any instances can be launched and terminated instantaneously without any delay. Okay, it would happen in fraction of seconds, not in seconds. Even can't be done in fraction of seconds. Okay, so this can be done in cloud computing. Okay. Fine. So hope everyone's aware of a traditional IT approach. So any business would need to build their own infrastructure. They would need to build a building. They need to buy their infrastructure components, let's say servers, cables. It could be anything. Okay, and they need the coolant. See, everything has to get brought and maintained throughout their what to say, as long as the business runs, they have to maintain their whole infrastructure. That would be very, very hectic for them. So there comes the solution. It got emerged back in 2000s, I guess. Even AWS got introduced in 2000s itself. In 2006, I guess, it got introduced in Northern Virginia in US. Okay, so these companies like AWS, Azure, Google Cloud, and you can name it, any cloud vendor, what they did, what they're doing, they are renting their infrastructure to the businesses. Okay, so that businesses would not need to build their own infrastructure and maintain throughout their business runs. Okay, as long as the business runs, so it's not needed from their end. So a major problem got solved by means of cloud computing, in the sense renting out the infrastructure. Fine. And nowadays, not only the infrastructure, they are also renting out platform as a service and software as a service. Whatever we use, right? Everything is getting as a software as a service. What the games you play, PUBG, what you can name it. Any tools. Let's say you are in need to convert a PPT file into image file into PPT file. It can be done software as a service product. It can be done in a web link. Okay, those products are what is it? Those products are given by these vendors. I mean, these products, we call it as software as a service. Okay, likewise, these vendors are also providing all the IT services as a software as a service. So the future would be everything would be in cloud. Okay, that's what I would say. Over the next 20 years, 30 years, of course, everything will get migrated to cloud, and it's getting traction nowadays. Everywhere we can see all the IT components are getting migrated to cloud. Okay, fine. So hope you guys understood what the problems a business would need to face when they happen to, go along with the traditional IT approach. If they had to maintain their own infrastructure. So this is what they would face. Okay, this is what they would literally face. Fine. So you don't need to, build an office, a data center. Nothing has to be done. A simple, just a couple of clicks needs to be done, and your infrastructure will get created in the cloud. Cloud in the sense, AWS maintain everything, the infrastructure, underlying infrastructure, components, blah 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 blah. Everything would be maintained by AWS only. Okay. You don't need to worry about on your underlying infrastructure. In our day-to-day activities, of course, we are using cloud products, Netflix, Dropbox, Gmail. These are the services which is already hosted in cloud. Okay, in Netflix, it's by AWS. Okay, it's totally built on top of AWS. Amazon Prime. Okay, whatever you see, it could be Money Heist, whatever it could be. Everything is got hosted in AWS. Okay. When it comes to deployment models, we have private cloud, public cloud, and hybrid cloud. As I said earlier, some companies, I don't want to name the business or the company name, but I know a company which is a retail company from US. It's a huge company. They are like massive. They are everywhere in US. Okay, I hope everyone knows they are building their own cloud infrastructure. Since they have huge money, they can manage. Okay, but it's hardly a business could build their own cloud infrastructure. But you could of course you could hear it from now on, but I'm not pretty sure how convenient it would be for any business to have their own private cloud. Okay, when it comes to public cloud, we have AWS, Google Cloud, Azure, and a lot more. 150 plus cloud providers are there. They rent. They just literally rent their resources, services to the businesses. Hybrid cloud, some businesses, some companies, or some clients, they don't want to have their own infrastructure to get hosted in cloud alone. They might need to have their own infrastructure or part of their services to be run in their own maintained infrastructure due to some security reasons. I'm not saying security reasons. Please disregard that statement. Due to some legacy issues or legacy applications, they don't want to have their services to get hosted in cloud, but those services might be running in on premises, or they might have a couple of, two to three cloud vendors. Let's say some services will be hosted in AWS, some services will be hosted in Google Cloud or Azure. Okay, we would be seeing one or two cloud vendors. They would be, getting services from one or two cloud vendors. Okay, that's what we call it as hybrid cloud. Okay. Practice of cloud computing, yes, it's on-demand self-service, broad network access, multi-tenancy and resource pooling. Yes, there are so many tenancy available. One such tenancy is multi-tenancy, wherein, right, your resources would get shared among with multiple customers or multiple businesses, so as cost effectively any businesses could leverage the services from cloud. They would not need to shell out huge amount of money. Okay, whereas they would simply need of the minimal amount of money to rent out any sort of services in AWS. Okay. Rapid elasticity and scalability, yes, that's correct. Elastic and scalability, scaling, horizontal and vertical scaling. Horizontal, we would be increasing the number of instances, whereas vertical scaling, we would be increasing the size of the instances. Let's say you are in short of some resources, you would not need to buy the respective resources and add on top of your existing resources. That's not required. You can simply go and just click a couple of tabs, and those services or resources will automatically get populated and attached to your already existing resources. That's what we call it as scalability. Okay, we have horizontal as well as vertical scalability. Okay, those are the concepts we can see later in our courses. This is just an overview. This is a simple overview. What is cloud computing? Why cloud computing? Why businesses are quite inclined towards cloud computing? Okay, that's what we are going to see today. Advantages. As per this PPT, yes, of course, this would be helpful for your certification and your interview process, but there are plethora of advantages we have in cloud computing over the traditional IT approach. Okay, this we can see in our future courses, but for now I would say, like, you don't have to guess the capacity. You can, it's like an ad hoc. You can simply launch the instances or increase the capacity as and when it's needed. Okay, you don't have to guess and stick with the specific capacity throughout your project lifecycle. It can be added or reduced as per your need. Okay, this can be done easily. Fine. Blah 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 blah. Again, you don't have to spend money, you don't have to maintain the data centers. These are all it's an added advantage. And trade capital expense over operational expense. Yes, as I said earlier, you would be reducing the cost of owning the particular product. Instead of renting out or leveraging the services, you don't need to shell out a huge volume of money. Of course, everywhere it involves money, right? So this is something we should be very cautious. Okay. Problem solved by the cloud. Yes, we have flexibility, cost effectiveness, scalability, elasticity, high availability and fault tolerance, agility. I could show you demos what flexibility is, how cost effectiveness is achieved, how scalability is accommodated, elasticity is achieved, high availability and fault tolerance is maintained, agility is maintained. Everything can be done via AWS cloud. Okay. So high availability and fault tolerance, as I said, I think I haven't said that. Okay, these services would get hosted in specific regions across. There would be a lot. I think 24 plus regions are there in AWS across the world. Let's say we are hosting a service in one specific region, and that particular region would be having 2 or more availability zones. Okay, and on average, a region would be having 3 availability zones, but a minimal availability zones, it would be 2, and a maximum would be 6. Okay, so those services can also be hosted in multiple availability zones that wherein the high availability can be achieved. Let's say your services are getting down or getting crashed in one of the availability zones, and that particular service can be leveraged or harnessed in another availability zones by the business. Okay, you don't have to worry about the high availability. The same applicable to the fault tolerance. Agility. Okay, this is something quite in depth when it comes to CI/CD, code commit, code pipeline, code deploy, code build. So we can see these in depth while we goes to CI/CD pipelines. Okay, elasticity. Okay, as I said earlier, you can scale in and scale out. Of course, cost effectiveness, flexibility. This is something it would be helpful for certification, but there are so many advantages in cloud. Okay, that we can see later. Okay, this is something very important. Types of cloud computing. It should be IaaS, platform as a service, software as a service. Let's say Okay, let's say Harshal, tell me something. Would you like to? So if you are about to buy a pizza from a confectionery shop, uh, would you prefer to, or if you like to have a pizza now, would you prefer to buy the bread and all other essential needs? I mean, ingredients, and would you prefer to make it on your own, or would you prefer to uh, buy the bread alone from the bakery, and would you bake it on your own and do some toppings on your own, and you have it later? Or would you simply go and order in Swiggy or Zomato, and would you prefer to have that pizza to get delivered at your home step? I mean, would you prefer that? So you have three options. Would you buy all the essentials or all the ingredients in a grocery shop, and would you be spending a number of hours to prepare a pizza, or would you be still interested to buy a bread alone and some of the toppings, and would you prefer to make it on your own within a couple of hours, or would you simply go and click hit the Zomato or Swiggy service to get your pizza or get delivered at your home step? What would you prefer out of three options? Zomato. That's true. That everyone prefer. See, that's easy, right? You don't have to. Spend your time. You don't have to invest your time. You don't have to. I mean, worry about how the pizza would come. Everything, right? So that's what. Let's say the first option would be infrastructure as a service. I mean, you can analogically compare it with the making of pizza. Okay, the first option you could correlate it with infrastructure as a service, and the second option you could correlate it with platform as a service, and the third option is you could correlate it with software as a service. That's it. That's what we are going to see here. Okay, on premises, yes, you would have to maintain everything: networking, storage, servers, virtualization, OS, middleware, runtime, data, applications. Everything has to be maintained by the business. Whereas infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service, in infrastructure as a service, the underlying infrastructure alone can be, I mean, rented out, and the rented in the sense can be leveraged from cloud. You would be shelling out some money to get some networking components, storage components, servers, and of course, on top of that, virtualizations. And you would be maintaining OS, middleware, runtime, data, and applications. This we call it as infrastructure as a service. But when it comes to platform as a service, you would also be getting runtime, middleware, and OS components from cloud vendors. It could be any cloud vendors. This is common for 150 plus cloud vendors out there in the world. Okay, this you should be well aware of. This is not only for AWS. It is common for all the 150 plus cloud vendors. So you're not gonna only learn AWS here. You're definitely gonna compare each and every services with other cloud vendors as well. What Azure has, what Google Cloud has, what IBM has, what Oracle has. You should be well aware of. Okay, that's what the future holds for you. Okay. You should be well aware of all the services given by cloud providers. Especially, I would say, I personally suggest you to go with AWS in the very first place, so that you really get grasp or get abreast with other cloud technologies as well, and in the sense other cloud vendors as well. Okay, so this is my favorite one. As like Harshal, definitely I would be simply go with the Zomato and order the pizza. Okay, that's what anyone does in business. The business would simply go with the SAS. They would simply buy out the product from the cloud vendor as a service. Okay, it would be very easy for them to manage their business without need of, or without worrying about their application data, runtime, middleware, OS, virtualization, server, storage, networking. They don't have to worry about any components listed out here. Okay, everything would get managed by AWS. Be it a patching, be it a monthly update, be it a weekly server update. It could be anything, name it, anything. Everything would get managed by AWS only. Okay, even if you are well aware of the security components, you could of course apply or enhance your infrastructure with some cool security features, so that you also need to, you would not need to worry about the security features as well. That's totally true. Okay, fine. example of cloud computing types. That's what I have stated now. But we don't have to worry about these components or services so far now. Whatever services we're gonna see in our future courses or in upcoming courses, we are gonna differentiate it with what services it is. We are going to identify which types of cloud service it is we are getting. Okay, we should be well aware of. Let's say if it is easy to, we should be well aware of which types it come under. So it would be infrastructure as a service, as we would be only getting harnessing the power of instances. We are only spinning up the instances, machines. So the runtime and the data application, everything would be, we would need to configure and install. So when that means we are EC2 is comes under infrastructure as a service. So whatever service we're gonna see from now on, we would need to identify which type of cloud computing it is. Okay. Guys, so if you have any queries, right, of course you can post your queries over here so that it would be easy for me to address as and when the query is posted. Okay, you don't have to wait until the session gets completed. You can simply post your queries over here. I'll check intermittently. Okay, fine. Pricing, yes, inside the cloud you would not get charged, but when it comes out, whatever comes out of the cloud, you would get charged as the data would get processed, and a couple of things or services would get leveraged. Of course, we are in need of uh, we are need to pay something, right, to pay. So anything out of the cloud, we would need to pay out. Okay, fine. This has started early in 2000, exclusively on 2002, and it got emerged. Okay, now it's like, as Hashal, someone said, right, skyrocketed. The demand is skyrocketed everywhere. It's cloud. Everywhere it's cloud, especially AWS. That's what I would say, especially AWS. AWS cloud number facts. See, hope you are well aware of Forbes, Guinness. What they do, like, they gauge someone's talents, right? They gauge someone's ability. Okay, that's what this Gartner Magic does. Okay, Gartner Magic is a sort of company, I would say. Okay, this Gartner Magic, what it does, it will simply gauge the each and every IT related, exclusive on IT related stuffs. It could be any vendor, it could be any product, it could be any service. Okay, like this, when it comes to cloud service providers, AWS is the top notch. So it's been, I think, over the last 5 years, AWS has its own place. It won't give up. Okay, because of its agility, flexibility, scalability, elasticity, cost efficiency. You can name it. You can name it, guys. For everything, AWS is the best. Okay, fine. If you want to learn apart from AWS, I would suggest you to go with Azure and Google Cloud, since these guys are the competitors to AWS, but not that much efficient. But I should not literally give such statements. I'm pretty sorry. Since but still the business are preferring to have Microsoft and Google Cloud for harnessing couple of services over Amazon Web Services, but depends on business need and criteria. Some criteria. There are some criteria that we can discuss on later. Okay, fine. Use cases, yes, sophisticated scalable applications, everywhere. Even it could be storage, it could be compute power, it could be networking, security, machine learning, data science. Every you can correlate it with the any Hi guys. Hi guys. Sorry. Am I audible now? Power outage.
Yeah,
I'm just connecting with my modem.
yeah, you're
Can
audible
someone?
now.
Perfect. Perfect. Perfect.
Screen is not visible.
Let me share it again.
Okay. And now it's fine.
Perfect. So as I said earlier, these services can get hosted in multiple regions across the world as per the business need and um, what to say, proximity of the business users. Okay, that we can discuss on later. Each and every region will be having at least 2 to 6 availability zones, and when it of course, the availability zones nothing but the data centers. Okay, they will be having 1 or 2 more data centers there. Edge locations is points of presence. It's for CloudFront, as they would be using some cache locations. This is something we call it as cache locations. Okay, it's a temporary storage locations. Okay, fine. This we can discuss it on later. Okay, this we can read later. Okay, how to choose a particular AWS region with respect to the compliance, with respect to proximity, with respect to available services, with respect to pricing. Yes, the same service price would get varied in India as well as in US. It would not be that much difference, but a slight variation would be there, and it can be noticed. Okay, and available services. Let's say a machine learning service available in US. It is not like it is. It is still available in India region as well, but some services might not be available in some regions. I'm not telling almost all, some services. Okay, proximity, of course we should be well aware of the users region. I mean, which region users count is high. Let's say if you are intended to host a service in US region, and your US users are gonna get benefited, then of course you should go with any region or related to users vicinity. You need to go with on that particular region, host the service on particular region. Complaints, there are some cases you might not uh, host a service in some region or due to some complaints issues, and yeah, that it can be sorted out eventually, but still we have to consider complaints as one of a criteria while hosting these services. Okay, that's fine. As I said earlier, we will be having at least two max 6 availability zones per region. On an average it would be 3. Okay. This week you can view it in AWS official web page. There you would be finding, a graphical visibility of regions, how it scattered across our whole world. Okay, and availability zones, even points of presence, edge locations, everything can be viewed in their official website. I'm really sorry. Uh, Actually, I connected with modem, but I don't think how long it would be available. I mean, be active. I don't know. But let's say I'll try to complete it within 10 minutes. Okay. And shared responsibility, yes. Both AWS and ourselves as a customer, as a business, we have to share the responsibility. They are accountable for all the compute, storage, database, networking, regions, availability zones, edge locations, related components and services. Any issues in these area, they would be responsible. And any issues with these area, let's say platform applications, IAM, the sense of the user creation and giving the appropriate access. Let's say if Harshal is creating a user and he is giving that particular user with full credentials of a particular service, and that user misuses the service and did something wrong, right? And Harshal, as a user, he is accountable for that incident. Okay, AWS would not take the responsibility of such incidents. Okay, so we will clearly look into all these aspects in our future classes on sessions. For now, you should be well aware of there is some responsibility model, responsibility matrix available between us, between the AWS business as well as a customer. We have some responsibility. Okay, this is fine. This is totally fine. Okay, before winding off, I would like to quickly show a demo on how to spin up an instance. Adeline, let me take 9 minutes of time and I'll complete it by 7. Okay.
It's okay.
Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Yes, Sanjay. I would like to get to know about your query. Please shoot out. EC2, as the name implies, it's ECC, that is Elastic Cloud Compute, wherein we would be spinning up the instances. We call it as instances, machines, boxes, blah blah blah. Okay, you can call, you can name it. Okay, let's me quickly open a diagram so that you guys would be visualize some things. Okay, something with respect to EC2. So we are gonna host an instance in Mumbai region in one of the availability zones. If you want to achieve high availability, of course, you could go with a number of availability zones, but I'm gonna host it in one availability zones for now. Let's say we are building a house. In analogically, you can compare it with building a house. Okay, fine. Either you could go with building the house alone, or you could go with building the house and furnishing with some furnishers, semi-furnished or full furnished. Okay, it's up to you. Okay, but I always would prefer to have my home furnished well before the home's been built. Okay. So that's what we're gonna see now. Let's compare, or analogically compare, creating an instance or spinning up an instance with creating a home. Okay, creating a house, not a home, sorry, it's a house. Okay, so we have 45 AMAs available for my free tier account. It could be Linux machines, Mac OS, Windows. Linux itself, we have so many flavors. So let's see: SUSE Linux, Ubuntu, CentOS, RHEL, Red Hat Enterprise Linux, and or Amazon's own proprietary Linux box, Amazon Linux. Okay, I'm going with Amazon box. It's like buying a laptop or machine in a laptop store, or a laptop store. You're gonna visit a laptop and gonna buy some hardware. Okay, that's it. That's what we are gonna do. Literally, we are doing that. Okay, so fine. Go with T2 Micro. It's a free tier eligible. I'll tell you later why we have this. Why we have this instance named as T. Okay, starts with T. Okay, and some instances might be starting with C. Okay, some might get started with D, I, M. What else? R, X, Z. Okay. See, in a nutshell, it's a burstable instance, I would say. Burstable instance. we'll discuss this on later. And this is something compute optimized. This is something IO optimized. Okay, this and all we can discuss on later. Okay, you should be well aware of why we have this T in front. Okay, as a prefix. Okay, next you are gonna configure instance. Let it be one instance, and you're gonna going with the default VPC, and you're gonna do it in APC 1 South A. Okay. So if you would like to add any application softwares or packages or configurations files, you could simply put it here. Not a big deal at all. If you want to have your house created with a fully furnished way, and I mean, in the sense, all the applications should get configured while the instance is getting created or being launched, then you can simply put your codes, whatever codes or files, configuration files, you can put it here. Okay, everything would get configured automatically. Okay, by default 8 GB of root volume is given for us as a free, for a free tier. It's a SSD, and we will also see all these functionalities later in our sessions. If you'd like to add additional volumes, yes, you can go ahead with adding additional volumes. If you want to add EFS and all, we can see it later. For now, right, I'm gonna make use of the by default 8 GB provided. Okay, tags, yes, let me name it as demo instance. See, you can give as much as of tags, up to 50 tags it can be done. See, these values are being monitored by some scripts automatically, or being monitored manually by someone. Okay, we can't guess. Okay, for some security reasons, for some analysis purpose, it is being monitored. So give some proper value as and when you are making use of some tags. Okay, it should be quite relevant to your project. Okay, that's what I would say. SSH, okay, your house should be having some security perimeter, let's say a security compound or a compound wall. Okay, that's what we are going to do it now. We are going to allow something to enter into your house. Okay, we are going to allow HTTP request, SSH request to enter into your house. Okay, so that's what we are going to configure it here. So we are going to simply allow these protocols, HTTP as well as HTTPS protocols and SSH protocol. SSH, with the help of PuTTY, we would be using a SSH protocol to log into our instance. HTTP, we would be hitting our instance via HTTPS protocol. Okay, HTTPS. Okay, review and launch. Fine, launch. Okay, your house would be needing a key to enter and look into it. Okay, to enter into a house, you would be needing a key. So that's what we are going to generate by default, right? AWS would give you .pm file, which is a key trace, not a real key, and you would be creating your own key or a real key with the help of PuTTYGen. Okay, so with the help of this PuTTYGen tool, you would be converting your .pm file into .ppk file. I mean, key trace to key. Before that, I would like to add something here. Let me quickly. I'll quickly furnish my home. Okay, that's far better, right? I'm sorry. AWS. I'm gonna add some scripts inside this. Where it is. Okay. Let me quickly remove this. And I'm gonna add it as AllPro training. Okay, this is some simple piece of code. Okay, simple piece of code. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put it over here where over here. Okay, inside the user data. I want my home, house to get built with fully furnished. I want all the applications, all the components, configurations been already done while the house is being built. Okay, that's what I would prefer. Okay, I'll address those questions later. Please pardon me. Okay, so okay, security group added. If you have your own existing security group, then you can of course map it just like that. Not a big deal. Okay, so review it once. Make sure you are gonna creating the appropriate instance. It should be T2 micro. Your security wall. You're configuring everything over here in your security walls. As a firewall configuration, you're configuring everything correctly in your security groups. Okay, as you are just allowing HTTP requests, SSH requests to hit your instances, to log into your instances and get some response out of it. That's what we are going to do it now. Okay, fine. Review and launch, and I'm gonna create a new keeper. Let me name it as AllPro. I'm gonna download this keeper. I'm gonna launch the instance. So AWS now has given us the .pm file. That is a key trace .pm file. So what we need to do, we need to convert it to .ppk file. That's a real key. So we are gonna make use of puttygen. So you're gonna tell puttygen, hey puttygen, please convert my .pm file into .ppk file. So you're gonna upload a .pm file and you're gonna download just like that, and you're gonna save it as allpro.ppk. Sorry, allpro.ppk. Done. So our instance is being launched now. Sorry, I forgot to add the tag, I guess, demo instance. Okay, so it's getting initialized. Let's wait for some time. Okay. So putty is our door. Okay, putty tool would act like a door to our instance. So what we are gonna do, we are gonna open the putty. Putty easy to use. So your identity is easy to use. That's it. Your identity would be easy to use. @ your public IP. So your public IP is here. So go to SSH, go to auth, go to AllPro. That's it. You're gonna add your key, that is ppk file here, and just gonna open it. That's it. So we are able to log into our instance, get inside of our house using putty tool with the help of SSH protocol port 80. Okay, so we are able to execute the commands. Okay, we are able to access the instance. We are able to get some response through this putty. Okay, likewise we are going to try hitting our instance with our HTTP request, application layer protocol. So we'll quickly go and pick this public IP and hit this. We are getting some response out of our instance. Okay, so this is a basic demo on launching our AC2 instance. Okay, so what else? Sarah, I was some question. Okay, please tell me, what is cloud computing? Deepu Kumar. Okay, sir, every network engineer with example, cloud computing with example must have to do. Okay, let me quickly address Sanjay's query. It's not that mandate to get along with the AWS. Every network engineer need not to get along with AWS, but of course, since every business is getting migrated to cloud, I would say it would be far better if you could like get along with or get abreast with these cloud technologies. Dilip Kumar, cloud computing is nothing but getting some services from other vendors instead of creating our own infrastructure on our own. We don't need to see. I just simply get into the console by my user credentials and spun up my instance. This instance has I think 2 GB of CPU power and 8 GB of hard disk, SSD hard disk. You don't have to purchase this out to host your application. Let's say I have hosted a simple HTTP application and we are getting an output from it. Okay, let's say you're gonna start up with a business. Okay, so you can host your own website in this particular server. Let's say a restaurant business, a educational institute. It could be anything, right? Everywhere you need a website, right? So this particular website HTML content can be hosted inside this machine, and output can be retrieved out. Okay, this particular IP can be shared across your users, but you can't simply share the IP. There's a lot more process ahead, but we can see this later. Your business can be hosted inside the AWS without need of purchasing the underlying hardware. You have just simply spun up the instance in their own maintained data center, their data center. This instance got created in their data center. You are just renting it out. Okay, you are not creating your purchasing this instance machine or underlying hardware on your own and hosting it in your building, okay, in your office. Okay, instead you are just renting the service out from AWS. That's what okay, no problem, Sanjay. Dilip, I think I have addressed your query. Please confirm on that, or if you have any further questions, please get clarified now. Edwin, yes, Edwin. Cloud computing is the delivery of computing services, including servers, storage, database, networking, software, analytics, intelligence. What's more, this of course you can still count on. Okay, over the internet. Yes, that's cloud. True, that's totally true. To offer fast innovation, flexible resources, and economies of scale. Edwin, definitely, if I had to give marks out of 100, definitely I would give 100 out of 100. This is a well-defined explanation on cloud computing. Thank you, Edwin. Thanks, Edwin. Hashal, I'm working in Cognizant as a trainee engineer. Hashal, I'm also working for Cognizant as a senior associate. Glad to meet you. I want to switch my career in AWS. Yes, I had learned basics of. Can you please suggest me how to get in AWS? Should I want to? I'm sorry, I can't reveal my identity. I'm sorry, Hashal. I'm really sorry. I can't reveal my identity. You can get in touch with Adeline for that. Can you please suggest me how to get job in AWS? Should I want to go for certification or directly apply for AWS cloud jobs? Say certification alone would not get you a job. You should acquire some basic knowledge, in-depth knowledge, intermediate knowledge, advanced knowledge on any cloud if you are inclined to. Certification, of course, it would be add-on to your profile. AllPro trainings would help you to go with the certifications or help you with the certification part. Okay, they would assist you by providing you some trainings, dumps, lot more process would be given. Features would be given by AllPro trainings. I'm sure about it. Okay, should I want to go for certifications or directly apply for jobs? As long as you are confident enough to appear for an interview, yes, you can of course go with without certification, but I would suggest you to keep tab with your certifications also. I hope your current organizations would demand you to do certifications for every 6 months. If I'm not wrong, I think they would also suggest you to go with certifications. Okay, not only your organization, any organization would encourage their employees to get their certifications done. Okay, so that's a proof actually. But of course, it's really good to have certified AWS certified. I think I answered your query, Hashal. Thanks for asking. It depends upon the domain, your mappings, your projects, depends upon your requirement. Luckily, I got into AWS. I think I'm not blaming you. I'm not blaming anyone here. Upon your interest, yes, you can go with Azure certification. Along with that, you can also do AWS certification. It's not a big deal. It's like a flavor. You're gonna see the same services in any cloud. If you are quite well versed in one cloud, it would be very easy for you to get along with any cloud, I would say. And so there is no harm to have certified in AWS also. So learning, perfect. That's good. Sounds good. I had learned all required services in AWS. Then of course you can look for a switch. I would say you can look for a switch. Not a big deal. But I would humbly suggest you to get certified in the first place. Okay, it would help you in numerous ways. I can't say how it would be much helpful exclusively, but it would be helpful in your numerous ways. I'm sure about it. Thanks, Ashal. Thank you. And anyone else? Do you have any other queries? So I think I'm done with my. How can I get into Amazon for AWS Cloud as a fresher? How can I prepare? Ashwin, and it's not only for you, it's for me as well. I'm also wondering how I would be getting into Amazon. As you all know, Amazon has opened its research center in Chennai, and it would be accommodating more than 6,000 employees. They are in need of resources, employees, candidates. Okay, even perfect, admin. And my dream is also getting to Amazon. We'll meet soon there, Aswin. We'll meet soon there. So I have already given a couple of interviews with Amazon. So I'm based on their feedback, I'm working on that. To be honest with you all, I'm working on it. I'm restructuring my learning and based on their needs and based on my experience, I'm upskilling myself with lot more advanced services or topics, functionalities in AWS, exclusively AWS. Since my entire dream is to get into Amazon eventually, to be honest with you guys. And it's not a big deal as well. Anyone can get into Amazon. I'm a pre-final year student in Panimalur Engineering College. That's a wonderful college. How can I prepare for it? What are the steps should I take? What are the things I should know for it? Pre-final year, I mean third year student. Ashwin, really, I'm related to see you here in this webinar as you guys are picking up very early. We had not had these chances. In our third year, we were not aware of any such cloud computing, nothing. We had no clue at all. Okay, but you guys are really rocking, to be honest. Okay, what are the things I should know for it? Get certified, Ashwin. That's the best thing you could do in your pre-final year. Okay, RPA developer. Is it good to pick to switch carrier to AWS? If yes, how should I start in AWS? 2.5 years back, I was a middleware developer. I was working in MQ, IBM, IIB, in IBM Integration Bus, Autosys, and a lot more products, but not into any of cloud technology. But all of a sudden, I got this curiosity, and I wanted to get along with AWS, exclusively on AWS. Okay, I don't know why, but I'm still wondering why. But I'm getting benefited. My entire life got changed. I made a one switch, not one switch. I had, I mean, within that 1.5 years course of time, I was able to grasp a number of opportunities, and eventually I got into my current organization. I hope I revealed it earlier. So you could of course enroll yourself in some trainings and get in touch with some good trainers and get certified. I mean, develop your curiosity to learn more. Okay, that's what I would say. Exclusively in cloud, develop your curiosity correlated with the existing architecture. Okay, it's always better for everyone, it's including me, to get abreast with the latest trends. That's what I would say. Yeah, I have to go for cloud practitioner or cloud architect. It's not mandate to go with cloud practitioner. You can of course go with cloud architect, associate cloud architect. You can skip cloud practitioner, but it's always good to have the, I mean, elementary certified, right? But it's my opinion, personal opinion. But of course, you can skip cloud practitioner if at all you're well versed or good at other services. I mean, most of the services in AWS. Where do I find best resource to learn AWS? That's a diplomatic query, Sam. To be honest, Sam Joshua. But honestly, you can find it in their AWS website alone. They are providing lots and lots of training, but I don't think that would be much beneficial for you to grasp the industrial knowledge. I would suggest to get along or get enrolled yourself in any such programs like AllPro trainings. They're providing some. They're giving some good programs. Get along with some trainers, industry experts. You could, I mean, get some industrial knowledge. Okay, how AWS services are getting harnessed, how they are being used. So that way, right, your knowledge would be like enhanced. Anything, like anything. Okay, yeah. Ashwin, I'm preparing for AWS Essential. Literally, I'm taking the mock test in Udemy, and by next month, I'm going to write my cloud prediction. All the very best, Ashwin. It's a really good start for you. All the very best. Yeah, Edwin says congratulations to Ashwin. Yeah, that's really glad to know. All the best, Ashwin. Edwin, all the best for you too. We'll definitely get into Amazon and we'll meet there, sure. But before that, make sure you're completing the certifications well advanced, okay? At least two to three certifications and associate level, specialty level, okay? Get abreast with latest technologies, latest trends. Anyone, any other queries you'd like to get addressed? Anyone? I hope the session is beneficial for you guys. I'm much interested to show you more in this demo session, but due to the time constraints, I'm in need to wind up this session, and I'm giving it to over to Adeline. Okay, Harshal. Thank you, Harshal. Definitely. I think offices, they might reopen in another couple of months. I'm not sure. I haven't heard back from them yet. I will definitely meet. Okay. Cheers. Thanks. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, actually, it's really good to see all these responses and their queries in this chat window. They are really active. This batch, honestly, yeah, they're really active. Thank you.
Thank
you.
In this batch, we have both students as well as working professionals. So.
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good.
Okay, thank you so much, sir, for this amazing session. So it was interesting, and the topics are covered are very clear and very useful for the participants. Thank you so much. So now I am sharing a feedback video from one of our students.
Hi guys, I'm Aishwarya from Chennai, and I'm working in testing background. I'm a manual tester come automation tester. As I needed some help with automation training, I reached out to IRPA from AP Trainings. So he suggested me to take up the Selenium Java course, and I got a very good guidance from AP Training from Rahul and IRPA from AP. And currently I have got an offer with a 120% hike, and I definitely got the confidence and courage to switch to another company only after completing this training. And I would definitely suggest you guys to get into AP trainings and get yourself moved to a better career. Yeah, thank you.
So now I am sharing the feedback from our students who placed in various MNCs who have given their feedback through various social media, say WhatsApp and Google Business. So first we have a student Mohana Priya. She took Python training from us. So she says thanks for the Python and data science class. So now she understands the basics of all the codings that will help to get a job. This is the feedback from our Blue Prism student Pranita Kiran. The trainer is very professional and she refers the AllPro trainings to others. And this is the feedback from our UiPath student Muninda Reddy. He says the way of teaching is very excellent. And this is a feedback from our another student, SQLDBA student, Vijay. And this is a feedback from our US student, Parveen, who took a Blue Prism course from us. So after taking the Blue Prism training from AllPro trainings, she switched her job from teaching to IT Flight. She felt it is 100% worth for the money she paid. So these are all the feedbacks, reviews from our students. And this is from the student is Surya, who learned SQL from AllPro trainings, who also placed with very good packages. So now I am sharing the AP AllPro trainings students guide. So I am going to explain how we are providing training to our students in our training center and how it helps them to place all over the world. So we are following our 5 forces: a simple learning methodology makes the students recall, creative explanation, fingertip materials, and additional bonuses. In the simple learning methodology, once you join the course, every day you have a class for 75 minutes, in which we have divided 75 minutes into 6 sessions. The first session is for 10 minutes, in which you people can ask the previous day class queries to the trainer. The next session is for 20 minutes, in which the trainer will take set of topics for that day. And the next session is for 15 minutes, in which you people have to practice in front of the trainer. And fourth session, the trainer will take the next set of topics for 15 minutes, which is followed by the fifth session, in which you can again practice for 10 minutes. And the final session, you can recall all the topics you learned on that day for 5 minutes. So it will be around 75 minutes. So you can interact with the trainer, and whatever doubts or queries you have, you can clear it at the time itself. Next is the learning pyramid. The learning pyramid model suggests that some methods of study are more effective than others. It shows that if you are able to accurately and correctly teach a subject to others, the last one, others, you will be having good mastery of the concept. So all our students are trained well to this level. And next is creative explanation. There are different types of learnings that are available: e-coaching, e-learning, collab learning, and virtual classroom. Nowadays, you can get everything on the internet, but you don't know exactly what will help you to find a job. So our training is structured in a way that the trainer will guide you to select what you exactly needed. It will be like a virtual classroom. You can clear all your queries directly with the trainer. And we will provide all class notes. We'll be using mind mapping technology, and we'll provide all class notes with pictures, diagrammatic flow explanations, and whole training text in a single notebook. And then fingertip materials. From day 1 to till end of the course, all live classes will be recorded, and the required software will also be provided in the shared drive. So you will get live courses as well as the recordings of the same for your future references. And next is additional bonuses. We'll be helping you by providing free interview sessions, lifelong community support. We'll be providing job links. You also have a consultancy services. So when we get some offer for opportunities, we will share it with you, so you can make use of it. We have helped you in the resume preparation. We'll guide you for get the professional certifications and the LinkedIn recommendations. And now I am sharing the APT students offer. So the offers available for those who join the session today. So we have providing 3 types of trainings. One is the master class, which is a free master class you are attending now. And then second one is the flash course, which will come for 5 to 10 hours. And it depends upon the course. And full course, it will be for around 35 to 40 hours. Each day you will having 1 hour class. So can you guess what will be the market price? So according to what is the market price for AWS? You can mention in the chat box. So the market price for AWS ranges from 22 to 25K. So we are not offering that much for you. Our AP trainings prices, it's 17K for the full course and 2K for the flash course. So we have an exciting offer for those people who have joined this masterclass today. So it's an 60 minutes or 15 minutes offer. So for those who have joined the masterclass today, we have an offer, special offer. The full course will be only 12K and the flash course is just 999. So it's an amazing offer, exciting offer for you. Just make use of it. Those who have joined the masterclass today, this offer is only for those people to join the masterclass today. The full course is just 12K. AWS full course is just 12K and the flash course is 999. Make use of it. And now I am sharing the feedback form link in the chat box. So please fill the feedback form to receive the e-certificate. So I shared the feedback form. Hope you have received it. Please confirm in the chat box. So flash course, it covers the overall concept of AWS. So it will be around 5 to 10 hours course. It won't go in depth, but so in the 5 to 10 hours, whatever we can cover, we'll be providing in the flash course. So guys, have you received the feedback form link? Please confirm the chat box. So anyone, please confirm in the chat box whether you received the feedback form link. Okay. So to receive your e-certificate, you should fill the feedback form. Then only you'll be receiving your e-certificate. So provide correct mail ID. You will be sending the e-certificate to your mail ID mentioned in the feedback form. So it's a 15 minutes offer discount for those who join the masterclass today. So full course is 12K and the flash course is 999. And special bonuses, free interview session, resume preparation help. We'll be guiding you in getting the professional certification. Lifelong community support will be giving job guidance. So this is the salary prediction. So if you are a fresher, the salary pack will be 2.5 lakhs per annum. But if you update yourself with the current technologies, you will surely get 5 lakhs per annum. So a small amount is spent can give you a big change in your career. Kindly make use of it. And this is the payment link. If you can't make a full payment immediately, you can make a token payment of ₹1,000 and book your course. So once you make the payment, please share the screenshot in our WhatsApp number. So we are providing full course AWS full course at 12K and AWS flash course at 999. So kindly make use of it. So if you have any queries regarding if you need any details, course details, please, you can contact us at any time. You can WhatsApp. I'm sharing my number. So once you fill the feedback form, we can end the session. So the full course is just 12K and the flash course is just 999. So it's a 15 minutes offer. Those who are willing to join the course, please kindly contact us. So thank you. Thank you so much for a wonderful participation. Thank you so much. We will end the session now.